Hey, I'm really excited to get going here. Like, this is a team that where we, kind of have handpicked this team. Every guy here is here for a reason, for a role that we think you can be successful in and help this team be successful. Lead us to another championship is kind of our goal here, which everyone knows that when I recruited them, I didn't really talk about winning. I talked about becoming better and being the best we can be. And with that being said, if we focus on that every day, that's going to lead to a championship. Those are the things that are going to lead us to being a part of something special. I mean, everyone's predicting us to win the division. But that comes with a responsibility. But you know what? We have zero control of what everybody says. We're only in control, really, of the three things. We're going to talk about that. But how we're going to be successful is how hard we're willing to work every day. How hard you're willing to work every day is how excited you're going to be here, and how much respect you're going to get from your teammates, how much respect you're going to give to your teammates. So I don't like a team where there's cliques, only a couple guys go here, a couple guys. I want everyone to be together all the time. Well, we're going to talk about that today a little bit with team harmony. So, and this playing on this team is a little bit different than some other teams. You're gonna have to do. We're going to require that you do more volunteering, that you're active in the community, that when you represent yourself, you're not representing Zach Hartley, you're representing the Riverkings. You become secondary. And how good our team is going to be is going to depend on how much you buy into putting the Riverkings ahead of your own personal gratification and glory and all those things. So you guys want to win a championship, put another banner up here like we're going to put up this year. It's going to take not so much what can the Riverkings do for you. What's really going to take is what can you do for the Riverkings. And a lot of times that means sacrifice. That means putting your pride on the shelf. Everyone wants to be the champion, but not everyone's willing to earn it. Not everyone's willing to work for it. So wanting it is the dream. It's the words, but earning it is the actions. And that's what we want here. We want guys to come out. We want you to want to win a championship, but then we want you to go out there and do the work. Pay a price all during the week, and then we'll cash in on the weekend and get the points that we want. Really getting into a positive routine and focusing on getting better every day and taking pride in that is going to help you make the Riverkings better. And then being able to have the belief and the confidence that you've worked for it and you earned it and you put the blood and sweat and tears into it. That's what's going to help you get through those tough times, because it's not always going to be easy and a perfect road for you. I made all these notes to talk about what we want to say today and sacrifice, and the bottom line is I think we got a good team here in front of us. I think we got a good group of guys, and I think we can do something really special. And there's a saying that I've used since I've been coaching a long time: if you want to leave your footprints in the sand, you better put your work boots in. Put your work boots on. So like that's our mentality. Every day, working hard. Not once in a while, not when you feel like it, every single day. And if you buy into that with the talent we have in here, with the size, with the character, with the skill set, we can have a remarkable season. A season that could, for some of you guys, be the greatest season you've ever had. And we're excited about that. We're looking forward to it. We want to play fast, hard, physical hockey. So when I say fast, that means speed. When I say hard, that means compete. When I say physical, that means we hit everything. We never turn away from a check. We finish every check. And we focus on those three things. We're a tough team to play.
A team that's got great chemistry, can hold their own with a team that's got better athletes for the most part, and that comes down to you guys getting along with each other, looking out for each other, treating each other with respect. Our team's a family, the family's a team, and that's to me, that's one of the most important things you can ever have and be successful this year. Sometimes things fan out there, you might have a punch out going on or something like that, but you know what, when it's all said and done, you shake hands and get it over with and come to a common ground. But work hard. But you're never going to get anything without working hard. But chemistry. Push up in the weight room, push each other in the weight room. You know, you got a guy that isn't quite working quite hard enough, in a good way. Come on, let's go, you know, look out for each other. You know, any way you can do something positive for any of the other guys on your team, in your family, that's gonna come back to you. It's gonna make you a better person, it's gonna make you a better athlete, because it's a huge thing, so.
To my left here is John Schwartz. John is the owner of our team. He owns a few other teams in the league. He's also the commissioner of the Midwest Premier, I guess it's called now, right? In the USPHL. He's you know, an outstanding owner, probably the best owner I've ever worked for. He never talks about wins and losses. He talks to me about helping you guys be the best you can be and promoting you either to a higher level or getting you to a good college. And as a coach, coaching at levels where you don't win, you don't have a job, that's something I don't have to worry about here. Fortunately, we've had success on the ice and off the ice, but he gauges it differently. He wants you guys to get the most bang for your buck. He looks at you as a customer, so he's going to treat you as a customer. Customers come first, and he's going to work really hard to help you guys personally with schools. And if you ever need to lend a hand, he's probably the only owner I've ever worked for besides in Sioux City where I would encourage you to call him if you have problems and things like that. There's other owners I would be like, don't hide their number, but he's also a good, close personal friend, and has done a lot in hockey in a short amount of time, in 6 years. He's looked at as probably one of the premier owners at any level. So this is John Schwartz. He's from Chicago, Illinois.
I ran hockey youth tournaments, and I said, hey, this would be great to have a junior team out here, and kids could go watch the team. A year later, all of a sudden, there was a team called the Central Wisconsin Saints. They never really won any games, and that's how this all started. And there was a gentleman that passed away, and all of a sudden the team got tossed over to me. I didn't even know what Rapids was, anything. Took on the challenge. When I looked at them the first time we met them, you know, a lot of the kids, the culture, things are a lot different. They didn't win games. They didn't know how to get into the community. The kids on that team were just very mediocre. As I look here today, and what Marty's accomplished and the staff here has accomplished, it takes the whole staff here, I'm just impressed. I mean, I can look at every individual right over here. I know you're good people. I know you guys are going to shine, and the most important thing is, you know, being student athletes. You go to college only once, and that 4 years is very important. And I can look here, and there's going to be a lot of colleges that will want to take you because they want good people, not bad people. And I think this team's going to really work hard as a team together, and that's going to really perform well and show the wins. Yesterday, I sat in the office and I looked at Marty had 3 little plaques there, and I was just shocked because I've never asked him to win a game, any of these guys to win a game. And I think you guys have been like 110 and 18 and 8 in 3 years. And this year he's never seen a team win like that.
We have the makings to do something special here. Are you guys willing to do things that aren't so much normal that everyone else is doing? Because the winning is not normal. It's going to bed early. It's being more dedicated. It's not letting things affect you when your girlfriend breaks up with you when she's at college or whatever goes on in your life, that you can still stay so focused. You're going to have those things come up. You're going to have challenges along the way, and you're going to be homesick at times. You're going to go through some times where you're thinking you should be on a different line than you are, and things like that. We talked about this last year. When you get in those moments, you gotta reel yourself back in and realize that this is what's most important here. If you put something that's more important than yourself, and it will keep you on the straight and narrow. It will keep you focused, and you work your hardest. You come in here every day. You put your best foot forward. Everyone that you see right here at this table, and everyone sitting next to you will do everything they can to help you along the way. We're a family here, us. Right here, what you see right here, this is your family right now. So you always want to respect your family. You always want to fight for your family. You always know your family has your back. Someone gets a flat tire at whatever time, let's say they're working late at night and they get a flat tire or something, you should know that you got 24 guys and a coaching staff that you can call at any time, and we'll be there to help tow you out or change your tire or help you along. Like, you got that, you have that, we got your back. Everyone's got each other's back here. And I hate to say it, no one else really has our back. It's us. right here. So respect each other, work hard for each other, wear this with pride, and good things are going to happen. We're going to be really excited about what we have going on this year, and we're going to do some things that some of you guys have never accomplished before, and we're going to do it together. It's not going to be one guy or 10 guys or 5 guys. Everyone's pulling the rope in the same direction. I'm excited about that. I know the character we have in this room. I know the talent we have in this room. I know the size and speed we have in this room. Now let's put it together and go out there and kick everybody's ass. Okay?
Welcome to the Southwood County Rec Center, where the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings have just concluded their initial meeting of the brand new 2017-2018 season. And we're here to introduce you to the team and get you ready for another winter of Riverkings hockey right here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. My name is Milton Natta, and I'm joined by head coach Marty Quarters, who is now in his fourth season as the head coach of the Riverkings and in his 25th season as a hockey coach. That's quite a milestone, Coach, 25th coaching season.
Yeah, I was 25 when I started, yeah, so it makes me feel old.
I'm well acquainted with that feeling. So let's talk, every team, Coach, is absolutely a different creature. So tell us your perspective. You just had your very first meeting with this team. How are you feeling about getting this season started?
Really excited. Probably the most excited I've been since we started here, and every year we've been excited. But this year we have some really high quality. We have some really good size without taking away from our speed. We're strong in net. We have defensemen that can all skate, and then forwards are really, really deep. So guys are going to have to battle hard for ice time, and that's a good, healthy competition to have. So we're really excited about it.
Let's run through some of the names that our fans will be familiar with. Tell us about some of the returning Riverkings key guys this year.
Well, we have Mr. Riverking, Austin Quarters. He's going into his 4th year here, and he's the only 4-year guy, and he's taken leaps and bounds. Since he's been here, he's grown a lot since he first started. So he's geared up to have a big season for his last year, and he's already got some schools talking to him. So Adam Peterson's another player that's going to his 3rd year, and he's a big, powerful player and tough to play against. And he had a great year last year. He took a big step, and this year he should be one of the dominant power forwards in the league. Ryan Mance, we all know he was MVP of the league last year. He had 109 points, and that's not going to change. And Ryan's going to be probably top player in the league, and he brings all 3 of those guys bring great leadership. And then we have Eric Schutte, who is the goalie of our division, and he's back in that here, and he's got a couple guys with him that are going to push him. But Eric's outstanding on and off the ice, so he's going to be counted on heavily again like last year. And then Richie Young and Brett Delott had really good second half of the years, as did Kyle McCauley, and also Kyle Smith. Worked really hard and is ready to have a bigger impact on the team. So those are our returners, and then we have some new players coming in too that are going to really, we think, make us a special group.
Can you give us just a little bit of an overview about those new fellas? How many in total?
Well, we have 19 new players. So we also have, but we have a lot of experience. We have 17 players that have played junior hockey before on this roster, so that's big. And then we have a couple guys that are going to really have some impacts, and hopefully use their time here in Rapids as a stepping stone to get to a higher level or find a good college.
So if one of these young fellas is coming out of the high school ranks or a lower level of junior hockey, what's the biggest challenge they're going to face here at the outset?
This is the responsibility of having to compete every single day, and you only get 1 day off a week with us. So that's going to be where it's a little bit different, where, they get in a routine that's going to be challenging at first. And then once they have a proper diet and the proper rest and are really dedicated on trying to be the best they can be every day, once they get through that and get the mental toughness side down, that's going to be the biggest adjustment, is just every day having to be ready to work hard.
So as you take a look at your schedules, you got that season mapped out. I know you told the guys might be a small change or two, but you have a feel for your schedule. Tell us about that.
Well, we have some exciting college games that we scheduled already. We're playing Waldorf the first weekend, September 8th, and then September 9th we're going to go to Concordia Milwaukee to play another exhibition game, and then we have the Grand Affair the next day, and then our season will start off in Spooner, Wisconsin, which is new for us. And then we'll have our home opener the third weekend of September, and we'll raise the banner, and then we have an alumni game on Sunday, so that's exciting. Besides our regular schedule, we have 3 other college games. We're playing St. Norbert's, and we're also going to be playing Indiana Tech and Trine University in Fort Wayne. So we'll probably schedule a couple more college games as well. And then the other exciting thing in our schedule is we have 3 showcases this year. 2 in Chicago, 1 in Boston. So we're going to play the teams in the South, we'll play the teams in the East, then we'll play the teams over in the Midwest, Detroit side. So it's going to give us a little bit different flavor instead of playing the same teams all the time, and give our guys, you know, a ton of exposure with the colleges and for higher levels.
Now, last year at this time, we spoke all throughout the year, Coach, about your goal, which was to get to the national tournament and compete for a national title. I can't imagine it being anything less than that again this year.
Well, we'd like to win a national championship. You get there and you get a taste of it. Now you want to win it, right? So that's important to us. But as a staff, our main goal is to make our guys better each and every day. And if we focus on that, then good things are going to happen. But we are going to set some long-term goals. And our ultimate long-term goal is to win nationals. Not just get there, but we want to win it. And the only way we're going to do that is by accomplishing, you know, the short-term goals, that how we prepare ourselves every day, how dedicated we are, how much we're willing to make a sacrifice to put the team ahead of ourselves.
So tell me, what was the biggest thing you learned in going through that experience last year, getting the team to Boston at the end of the year, being in that position? What did you learn most?
Well, you got to play. We played 4 games in 2 days, so that was tough. So we got to prepare for that. The trip out there, and just, you know, we ran into a little bit of an injury bug when we got there, and hopefully we can stay healthy. But I think it's more of, it's not so much what you learn, but it's just the experience of having gone through it once before, that now it's not new. You know, it's like the first day of school when you're a freshman, when the next year when you're a sophomore, it's a whole different feeling, even though it's the same stuff. You can't really pinpoint what you learn, but the experience just makes you more confident, more comfortable going through it.
Well, Coach, we're looking forward to another exciting year of Riverkings hockey. Excited to get it started, and I know that you are too.
And thanks, Mel, and hopefully we can get a lot of fans out here again like we did last year, and give them a good product to watch, and our guys will be good in the community, and we're really excited to get going again at Southwood County Rec Center.
That's head coach Marty Quarters, entering his 4th season with the Riverkings, and we're going to meet some of those 2017-18 Riverkings as we continue on Riverkings hockey right here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Now joining you with 3 of the key returning Riverking players for this year. On my immediate right is Austin Quarters, then it's Adam Peterson, and then it's Eric Schutte, and we'll be visiting with each one of them in this segment of Riverkings hockey. Austin Quarters, our first guest. Austin, tell us about now, this is your 5th year in Junior A hockey. Talk about what you've learned over that period of time and what you're putting into that final year of Junior A hockey.
I mean, I've definitely been to a lot of intense games and seen a lot of things, so I've kind of learned how to handle that and how to help guys through that kind of stuff, and what it takes to get to a championship game and possibly win a championship.
And I would guess with that level of experience, you're going to be looked upon as a leader on this club. How do you see that in stepping into a big leadership role this year?
I mean, I'm excited to do it, especially with our big group of guys here that we got. I think it'll be good and a lot of fun.
Now, one of the unique parts for yourself is the head coach is your dad. And that makes your experience totally unlike any one of these other guys. Just tell us a little bit about both the joys and the challenges of that.
I mean, it's definitely hard sometimes, but he's a good coach and he helps me out a lot, so I actually enjoy having him as my coach.
Great. So what about next year? Now, you know this will be your final year of Junior A hockey. What are you preparing for, gearing up for as we look ahead to next year?
I mean, like every other guy, I want to play college hockey after this season, so I'm just kind of waiting to see what comes up after the season.
Wonderful. Thank you, Austin.
Thank you.
This is Adam Peterson. And Adam, now 2 years as a River King. Talk about how this year's different with all of that experience on this level and with this team under your belt.
It just seems like we have a great group of guys. We have a lot of size in the locker room this year. I'm kind of average size. I was bigger last year, but we have just a lot of size and a lot of depth, it seems like.
How can that help you? I mean, having a physically larger, stronger team. How can that help you out there?
We just get to play to our game. We'll play to our strengths more, hidden. We like to be physical, play fast, hard, and physical. With the puck, we'll get to bang bodies more, and it helps being 6'4" instead of 5'8". It helps a lot.
I can testify to that. So talk about moving in again. When you've been here for now a third year, and through the kind of year you guys had last year, the expectations is to be a leader. Talk about that role for you this year.
Well, I'm just excited to be looked upon as a leader on the team, and just want to help everyone through and show guys the right way to do things, and just help everyone out. If anyone has any questions or anything, they can always come to me, and I'm here to help. I'm always here to help everyone.
So tell us about season goals, both for yourself and for this team. It's natural this time of year to think about setting some goals.
Well, season goals, well, obviously we just want to win our division and then win playoffs and then make it out to nationals and do our best there and hopefully come back with a national championship.
Thanks, Adam.
Thank you.
Eric Schutte from Olathe, Kansas. Tell us about your summer.
It was really good. I actually spent it in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, which is about 2 hours south here of Rapids, and I spent training with Larry Clemens in high-performance goaltending, so it was a Monday to Friday camp, so wasn't much of an off-season, so really looking forward to get back to it.
So tell us now about your future goals. You're serious about that future, your commitment to the Riverkings, how you spent your summer. There's a lot of different ways you could have spent that. You're serious about your future. Tell us about it, Eric.
Really, just went back to my studies in school, worked hard there to prepare for my future because I knew I'd be playing juniors. Didn't know where at the time, and luckily ended up here. And now that I've been here, it's second year here, so we'll do another year here and then hopefully go to school and be planning for that. Not sure where once again, but continue that just hard work now, and it'll pay off in the future.
So you really have to focus on two things. You have to focus on your athletic achievement and your academic achievement. That can be a challenge to get both of those things fit in from time to time, can't it?
Yeah, especially can, because in high school, nobody's really just doing high school. Everybody here had hockey in addition to high school, and I'm sure we have a couple other sport athletes. Like I myself played soccer in high school too, so 2 sports. I'm sure we had some kids on this team that played 3 in high school, and it's all time management and balancing that, but everybody seems to make it through pretty well so far.
What was the biggest thing from last year that motivates you for this year?
I think it was, close but no cigar. Like we got there, which was an accomplishment, but didn't leave satisfied. Third place, it's not bad, but it's not first. So there is room for an improvement. So I think each day it's going to be striving for that. We know what it takes to get there and what it takes to get third. And I think now we know what it takes to do a little bit more to get to that first place spot.
And as you climb that hill, the grade gets a little steeper, doesn't it? That move from third to first. That's a pretty steep step.
Yeah, it's only 2 spots, but it's not, you're not playing, the worst team if you're battling in the finals. You're playing against that second best team. So it'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to get started, and I know this group of guys is going to be good, and we have the ability to do so.
Eric Schutte, Austin Quarters, Adam Peterson, 3 of the returning Riverkings for this 2017-18 season. When Riverkings hockey continues in just a moment, we'll meet some of the newest Riverkings on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Riverkings hockey continues here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. We're now meeting 3 of the new Riverkings. Immediately to my right is Danell Pilya, and we'll hear his unique story in just a moment. To his right is Sean Moore, and then on my far right is Trent Bubanik. And we'll meet each of those 3 Riverkings. Danell Pilya, tell us a little bit about your journey to become a Riverking. Tell us about how you got here and got to be a Riverking.
2 seasons ago, I go to USA, play for Carolina Eagles, and now I play here with guys.
And I understand that maybe, Trent, you can tell us the connection about how your family played a role in Danell being here with the Riverkings.
Yeah, so Coach Quarters called me and asked if I wanted to play here, and I knew that Danell, from being over Russia, he probably doesn't have that many good connections to come play here next year. So I asked Marty if he needed an extra forward, and I sent him over some tapes of him, and he said absolutely would love to have him.
And Donnell, we appreciate so much you standing here. I mean, Donnell comes to America from Russia 2 years ago and doesn't know any English at that time. And Donnell, we think you're doing a great job, and we just want to thank you for being on the program with us. Sean, come on in, step on in. This is Sean Moore. Sean, tell us about your road to getting here in Wisconsin Rapids and being a River King.
Kind of the same way Donnell got here. Trent texted me about playing here, said it's a really good organization with a past of winning, and I talked to the coach and got signed up.
So tell us a little bit about your game. We're looking forward to watching you on the ice. Tell us about what you bring to the team.
I'm not that big, but I'm bigger. I'm strong, and I play a smart game, kind of a two-way forward.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sean.
Yes, sir.
And then Trent Bubanek, tell us a little bit about the same thing. You're entwined with both of these guys' stories, so tell us your story of getting here.
Yeah, so I played 2 years in Carolina with Donnell. He was my roommate both years. And I met Sean last year because he was new to the team last year. And so, like I said, I got a phone call from Marty saying he wanted me to come play here. And he told me nothing but good things, so I decided to come here.
So was that a big decision for you? Was it hard to work through leaving your previous team to come here?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of thought going into it, but like I said, everything that Marty said, and he's a straight shooter, and everything was to the point, and so I liked that about him, and everything about the community and stuff like that. So I made it a pretty easy decision at the end.
So I'd like you to help me out and answer for both yourself and for Donnell in terms of what style of play, what you're going to bring to the ice, what we'll notice about your game when we start watching this season.
I mean, I'm a defenseman, so I have pretty good size, so I like to kind of angle people out of the way, and I can make a pretty good first pass.
And tell us about Donnell's game. You know that game.
Yeah, he's a very offensive player. When he gets the puck, he can really go through a lot of people and score some big goals for the team.
All right. Gentlemen, we welcome you to the community. We welcome you to the River Kings. Trent Bubanek, Donnell Pilya, and Sean Moore. We're looking forward to seeing them on the ice as we bring you River Kings hockey right here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Right now, our guest is Jacob Gatos, and he is a new defenseman to this River King team. Jacob has Wisconsin ties, so why don't you tell us about your journey, which has included a previous stop here in Wisconsin prior to this return.
I was born in Sandusky, Ohio, and then I moved up to Baraboo, Wisconsin. Started playing hockey there when I was 4. Wow. So yeah, and then moved back to Ohio, and then I played for the Cleveland Barons for 9 years. Then this past season, I played for the Ohio AAA Blue Jackets. So, yeah, that was a good year, and yeah.
So tell us about then that process, Jacob. You're playing in Ohio, have a long history there. How do you get to Wisconsin Rapids and become a River King?
Former coach of mine goes by the name of Donnie Harkins. Happens to be a long-time friend of Coach Quarters. Referred me to him and got a call from Coach Quarters and came up. Heard nothing but good things and great organization. So yeah.
What are you most excited about being a part of this team? And it has been an incredible 4 years here. You must be excited about that legacy.
Yeah, I'm real excited just to get back to work and just to have a great season. I have really high expectations for the team. Come from last year, and from what I heard, we're gonna have a very good team this year, even better, is what I've heard. So I'm very excited.
So what are your impressions of your first day as a River King? Just got done with that very first meeting.
Very excited. I mean, it's a very well-structured organization, very organized, and strictly business. That's what it's all about, just playing hockey and trying to get to the next level.
Have you had the chance to meet your billet family?
Yes, I did. Brady and Mary Wilkins. Very nice family. I love them. They're a great family.
Well, Jacob, we're excited about seeing you play on that ice here in just about a month.
All right, thank you.
Jacob Gatos, brand new defenseman for the Wisconsin Rapids River Kings. We're looking forward to seeing him play very soon, and we'll have another segment of River Kings hockey after a short time out. Visiting now with one of the new forwards of this season's Riverkings, Corey Schwarz. Corey has actually moved from within the league that the Riverkings play in. And tell us a little bit, we're fascinated to hear about movement within the league itself and why you made that decision, Corey.
All right, so I played in the Dells Ducks last year. Played with under Bill Zanaboni, and this year he left to go out east to coach. So I thought play under Coach Quarters would be the best move for me and really grow my career and get me into college.
So you have a unique perspective for us because you played on a Riverkings rival. You played on this ice trying to beat this team. What was your impressions of this organization from that perspective?
You know, it's really professional. They pull a lot of fans. You know, it's a good atmosphere to play under. Guys give their blood, sweat, and tears. You know, and just everybody's committed to playing for Coach Quarters.
And so that means, I take it, that you had a pretty decent friendship with some of the guys who you'll be playing with.
Yeah, so my roommates, Austin Quarters and Adam Peterson, I played against them. You know, you always fight against them, you know, laugh at each other. You know, it's fun. But definitely playing with them is going to be a whole new ball game, and it's going to be fun.
Okay. So what can we expect from your game? We know you're a forward, but tell us about your style of play. Tell us what to look for as we watch you for the first time.
So I'm a bigger guy on the ice, you know, get the puck to the neck in front of the net and just play hard game in the corners.
Okay. So what kind of goals do you have? Because if I'm not mistaken, you played in the national tournament yourself last year. So you played on that level. You've aspired to that goal. It's just with the new sweater this year.
Definitely. So, yeah, we have a big chance to go back there again and redo it and make it better this time. So that's a big goal for the guys. And, you know, just every day you want to get better and better and just work together and for a team.
Thank you, Corey. We look forward to seeing you out on that ice.
Definitely. Thank you.
That's Corey Schwarz, brand new forward of the Riverkings. We'll wrap up this episode of Riverkings Hockey with a visit with the owner right after this on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. We have a rare treat for you here on Riverkings Hockey. I am standing here with John Schwarz, who is the owner of the Riverkings. First chance that we've had to meet John, and it's a pleasure to welcome you to the program and get the chance to know you. It's fascinating for me, and I know it's fascinating for our viewers as well, that this is one of 4 franchises that you own in the league.
Correct. I started out with the Dells Ducks team about 6 years ago, and then it became the Riverkings we took over. And then in Chicago, where I live, the Cougars became available. And then this year, we have a team in Minnesota, new team called the Moose, Minnesota Moose. So I'm trying to help out each of those teams.
It must be difficult at times when they play each other, or there's a lot at stake when 2 of your teams play.
It's interesting. I stay out of it. But, you know, the one answer I give every coach is someone's got to finish 4th if you have 4 teams. So I stay out of most of the stuff.
Why is it advantageous for you to be a owner of a Junior A hockey league team, any one of them? What gets you into the hockey game?
Mm-hmm. I grew up, I didn't play a lot of hockey, but I have a big passion right now to help kids get to school and get a nice return on their investment. So when they come play for any of my teams, the correlation we have right now is they save more money in college than they pay us. And, you know, for me, being 51 now, it's kind of giving back to kids and stuff. And when you can surround yourself with great communities like we have here in the Rapids and great coaches, it makes my job much easier to accomplish this.
Now, John, over the course of the last 4 years, we've enjoyed working with Marty Quarters. We've been impressed by his leadership in this organization. I have the feeling you are too.
Yeah, I'm very humbled by Coach Quarters because when we first took over the team, they were called the Central Wisconsin Saints, and they played in Stevens Point. And unfortunately, a gentleman passed away who owned that team, and they called us up to take it over. And there was a coach that we had over there, and the timing was perfect. About halfway through the season, Marty Quarters became available, and he saved everything for us. He's turned an organization where the Saints, not many people were showing up. I don't think they won too many games. The stories weren't nothing like what he's accomplished the last 4 years. So, you know, between the community, the staff, and guys like you, you know, it just makes this thing so much easier and makes me look a lot better than I am.
We got the chance to meet John's son, Corey, in the previous segment. So your son now will be playing for the Riverkings. I would suppose that you'd keep an interesting eye on that.
Yeah, you know, my son Corey right now just turned 19. The first year, he ended up playing a little midget hockey in Illinois. He played with the Cougars for half a season. And then last year, he ended up playing with the Ducks. And this year, Marty's been always bothering me to have one of the kids to coach one of my kids. And Corey respects Marty so much and thinks this is just a great community and this is the easy decision for him. So he gets to play the hat trick. He's played on 3 of the teams that I own. So I'm really excited to see him. He's a good kid.
Well, John has another role, and that's in the broader league in which his teams play. Tell us about your Midwest role in the Premier League.
Okay. So what happens is 4 years ago, we were the Minnesota Junior Hockey League. Right. And then all the teams in the Midwest decided to join the USPHL, the United States Premier Hockey League. So right now we're at 15 teams, and the culture of the USPHL was most of the teams were from out east or in the south. So as they gathered us, they logistically want to find just someone as a liaison to help out. So I do a lot of commissioner duties for all the teams and work with all the teams. You know, for me, the strength of a league is parity and, you know, everybody doing well together. So you don't ever like to see a team go 40-0 and one team 0-40. So the more parity, the better the league is and how strong it is. So I try to help my best with that.
Well, I want to thank you on behalf of the community, the greater Wisconsin Rapids community, on your investment in the Riverkings. We are so delighted to have them here. It's a big part of our community. Thank you.
Well, it's much easier when you got guys at the rink over here that run the rink, guys like yourself. It makes it so easy to do this. So I can never thank you guys enough and this spectacular community in Rapids.
Well, thank you. We're happy to be a part of the team. Our joy to visit with John Schwartz, the owner of the Riverkings, and we're looking forward to another great season on ice. For our producer, Art Napgezek, I'm Milton Van Natta. Stay tuned to Wisconsin Rapids Community Media for more programs like this one on the Riverkings and the action when the Riverkings hit the ice in September. We'll see you real soon with more Riverkings updates.